Hello, everybody. Austin Hill Shaw, founder of Creativity Matters and author of The Shoreline of Wonder on Being Creative. This is going to be my last blog post of 2015 for you all, my last Sunday blog post. And it's significant because whenever we're moving towards this thing, the end of the year and the beginning of the new year, even though it's arbitrary and there's so much energy around it that it's hard not to want to take some time to reflect on, what sort of a year it's actually been. And I just want to give you a sense of the setting I'm in right now. I'm actually in my office, and right behind me is my shrine. This is basically, this is an IKEA shelf right here. I think it's the Billy shelf. It's a pretty popular shelf, low cost. And the fixed piece is right up here. And I have built this area where I sit at, and I start my day almost every morning. I've put lights in here, and even though I work right over in this area, that my desk is over here, and this is some of the backdrops for my videos that I do over here. This is an area where I start my day. I basically get out of bed, I shave, I shower, come in, and the first thing I do is I turn on the light, and so that I have this in the background. And this is there's so much things that are meaningful and symbolic and important to me. I'm not going to get into all that right now, but this place is a place where I put on what I call my gain face, where I really try to organize my body, mind, and spirit so that I can be the best person that I can, bringing forward my own creative gifts in the world. And so I'm deeply indebted to the shrine because, again, it is the place that grounds me. And as an entrepreneur, one who teaches on creativity and innovation, one who also has an architectural design, who designs buildings and commercial and residential and things of that sort, and who also has a healing practice that I do, there's always a lot of things going on. And in the fast pace of life here in the Bay Area, it's easy to be overwhelmed at times. And so I make a concerted effort to come in here each morning and really focus on the big picture. The big picture being that, I really believe that all of us are creators. And I believe at the basis of that creativity is love, that we all want to love and be loved, that we want to connect, right? That we want to make a difference in the world, right? And all those are expressions of love. Even the meaning component, as creatures with this conscious self-awareness, we really want to kind of understand our lives in some ways. And not only that, to understand it, to experience it, to have those amazing experiences of creative flow that just totally root us and ground us in the world. Totally ground us in the world and make us feel like, oh yeah, this is what it's like to be alive. This is what it's like to be living. So this is a way in which I have set up ritual, symbolism that have been drawn from a lot of different traditions, including some of my own, but it's my shrine, it's personal to me. My journals, at least some of my journals, are down here. There's a bunch of them in Colorado as well. But a lot of the shoreline of wonder was worked out in those journals. So this is a place where I get to feel something that I've created, right? An environment that I've created, and also creations. Writing is a deeply personal thing to me. My journals are things that I love to have. The tangible aspect of writing. Sometimes I'm drawing in there. All those sorts of things. But I wanted to share an experience for me that was really profound from this year. I've been reflecting on what was one of the best experiences that I had in the work that I do in terms of empowering others as creators. In the summertime, I was invited in to give a talk. Really, it was about mission-driven creativity to a safe house for women and children that were fleeing abuse and sexual exploitation. Super heavy, and unfortunately, there's a lot. As much as I believe in humanity, I know that there's a ton of healing that needs to happen. Even around Oakland and Berkeley, there's signs that say something like sleeping with a child is not prostitution, it's rape. And if you see signs like that, you know that there's a problem, right? We know that there's a problem with those things. It's gone on for, almost time immemorial, but it seems who knows why, for whatever reason. But there's supposedly also there's more slaves in the world than there ever have been in the history of the world, which is incredible. With some places with so much abundance that there's still people that are living in basically slave-like conditions. So when I was brought in for this, it was really meaningful to me because I have two young girls. I have one that's 2.5 and one that's just turned 6, and they're so meaningful to me. And my wife too is so important to me in terms of the life that I live right now. They're the ones that feed me emotionally and ones that I'm responsible who inspire me. And so to go in and be with this group and talk about mission-driven creativity was really, it scared me a lot. And of course, it also motivated me because I believed in the work that they did, that these are folks on the front line of healing. And my talk was basically 2 hours, again, on mission-driven creativity. And the whole goal was to basically help this staff. And the staff is often, how should we say, they're dealing with a lot of people who are in a lot of bad situations. So they're dealing with a lot of things emotionally, dealing with a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of fear. And I went in there, and it was a crowd of 15 women there. And it surprised even me. Just when I opened my mouth, I just started to cry. I just started to cry being with them because I recognized the importance of the work that they were doing, and the fact that each one of those women there had chosen to be there because they believed in the process of healing, that they wanted to help people, that they wanted to make a difference. And it didn't mean that their lives were easy. When you're on the front lines of things as intense as that, as exploitation and abuse, and you're seeing people who are fleeing that, who are scared, it's not easy by any means. But that experience of going in there, and it's interesting, as a speaker, as a trainer, I'm always trying to connect. And the strange thing about it is me just crying immediately because I was so appreciative of these women there. We had an immediate connection, and for the next 2 hours, we were just like a unit who were exploring really the basic needs of being human beings, right? That basic needs, which is the reason I love creativity so much, is because it naturally asks us to bring forth those basic needs, which are the need to connect, the need to make a difference, and the need to have meaning in our lives. And so, and I really just felt it when I was talking with them. And I always send out testimonials, or I should say, evaluation sheets, asking what went well, if they would like to leave a testimonial, what they'd like to see. And it's interesting, I got so much good feedback from them, like they, this is the best presentation we've ever had. We've never had any presenter like this ever. And it made me feel, it just made me feel so on with my own mission that I was here. I really see creativity, the most important aspect of creativity is that aspect that it allows us to heal. It allows us to heal ourselves, and it allows us to heal others. And so I'm so grateful for that experience. And my question to you as we move in towards 2016 is, I want you to reflect on this year, what has been healed in your life? What are the things that have been healed that you've either consciously or just through circumstance now feel that there's more wholesomeness where there was something that before felt broken? I'd like you to reflect on that, maybe write it down again. What has been healed this year? What has been healed? Okay? Just take a moment to reflect on that. And my second question for you is, what needs healing? What are the things that you can work on in 2016 through the creative process that need to be resolved? In your own heart, in your intimate relationships, in your relationship with your kids or your family, in some relationship at work, or even something that you can do that bring more beauty, joy, order, inspiration to the world. I mean, what are some of those things that you might be thinking of there? Okay, all those are important. So again, what's been healed this year and what needs healing as we move towards 2016? It's always on the back of my mind. You know, on the one hand, I'm whole, and on the other hand, I'm a work in progress, just like everybody. And so this question of like, how can we heal? How can we bring more wholeness in the world through creativity, through fulfilling those core needs of connection, making a difference, and meaning? Okay. Um, so I want to thank you all again for tuning in with me. Thank you so much for your comments over this year. Thank you so much for your support and your love. It's meaningful for me to know that you're out there listening to this and anticipating this. It feels really great and it warms my heart. So I really thank you. Also, as I said out last week, you know, I'm in a how should I say? I'm in a contest right now at a conference called the Wisdom 2.0 conference, vying for a speaking spot there on the People stage. And my talk is called Creativity and Mindfulness in the Workplace: How to Build Cultures of Innovation. And if you'd like, and if you're willing, I have a link down below this video where you can click on that and you can vote for me if you'd like. That would be really helpful for me. There's over 100 people vying for just 4 speaking spots, and I've been a finalist the last 2 years, but haven't quite made it in. So if this has been meaningful to you, please, I would love your vote. All the information will be down there below, and that would be great. And I'll also send some more information about that later in the work, especially as the deadline comes to a close. And lastly, gosh, just thank you so much. What can I say? I'm looking forward to spending time with you in 2016. I got a lot of really interesting things lined up. We're going to be talking about Bay Area creativity and innovation in particular when we start the year. And we're going to go into a lot of interesting topics that I know are going to be amazing. There's just so many things that I've learned about this area, having lived here for, 7 years now, and also as a student, over 10 years in this place. So absolutely excited to share this about you, and also beginning sharing you lots of tips and tricks on how you can bring forth your creativity in a more powerful way. So this is Austin Hill Shaw, founder of Creativity Matters and author of The Shoreline of Wonder, reminding you to connect deeply, to make a difference, and to inspire creativity in others. I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Thank you so much.